she shed, and it was nice and sunny, but as you may be able to hear, it's absolutely chucking it down out there now. I'm afraid I did get a wet foot just then, and there's a bit of rain coming in on the desk here because I've got the doors wide open. I'm contemplating going out and shutting them, or at least shutting one of them. But I don't know, I might be able to put up with it. It's not blowing in this way very much, just occasionally. And I do have a big tree sort of in the decking, really, outside the doors, so that keeps quite a bit off. I was just having a quick look to see if my little pigeon was still around, but she is. I've got a pigeon nesting up in my tree, and if I can, I'll show it at the very end of the video. But yeah, they've been building the nest for a week or two, and now she's been sitting on it most of the time, so I presume she's either laying eggs or going to lay eggs. But it amazes me, it's just sticks, you know? Who'd want to be born in just sticks? It's got to be most uncomfortable. And how the hell she keeps her eggs in there, I'll never know. But there you go, that's her problem, not mine. I know I've had to rescue some of the babies when they've fallen out before, but yeah. And they don't learn. We've got magpies nesting just over from it. Every year, same thing. Pigeons nest here, magpies nest there. Magpies pinch the pigeons' baby chicks. They don't get them all, obviously. The cat gets some of them as well. I'm sorry, no, not our cat. We haven't got a cat. There's a Siamese cat that comes in the garden sometimes when the dog's not looking, and yeah, we know that the cat goes after the nest. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. We did have a cat scare in the garden, but now we've got the dog, we decided not to keep it because, well, I don't think the dog would like the sound of it very much. Usually we don't need it anyway because we've got a dog. I read about why I'm going about it. Oh my life, I can't find my words today, can I? Oh God, absolutely hopeless. Anyway, this pigeon's nesting out there, and I hope I'm not concentrating, so I'm probably going to do this all wrong. But never mind, I'm not going to cry over it. Whoops. Yes, I was doing these the other day, and I'm not sure if it's one of the videos that I filmed and accidentally deleted. Could well be. Then again, it could be on the videos I've put out, and yeah, you know all about it. But I'm trying to think. Oh, it was Gayle Agostinelli was doing it, and she was inspired by somebody else. So anyway, I thought I'd have a go. And I think what I'll do, if I remember, I'll link it below, Gayle's video, and you can go and take a look at hers. I think it was titled something like making pockets from book pages or something like that. So anyway, it wasn't that long ago, so you should be able to find it. If I can, I'll link the actual video. If not, I'll link her channel. Oh, look at that rain. Well, you can't look at it, can you? Because if I turn the camera around, I'll never get it back over here again, because I'm rubbish at these sort of things. Yeah, so these are just odd ones I was doing because at the time I couldn't make up my mind what to do. I have made a couple for the Boho art journals. Of course, I had to make two because there's two journals, so they're quite nice. I hope you can see. Yeah, you are in. I'm in camera, not you. You're not in camera, right? In you, in whatever it is that you're in, seeing me. That I'm in. Sorry, no. Yeah, I'm in. You're seeing me. It's definitely one of those days. What am I on? I know exactly what you're thinking. No, I can assure you. Maybe it's where I went to the dentist this afternoon. have a filling, and maybe, shall I use that as an excuse? Maybe it was the injection or something, but I've totally lost it now. So I'm going to, excuse me 2 seconds, I'm just going to see what I want to work on. Now I think I'll do a bit more on the boho journal. I've got no idea what, absolutely no idea whatsoever what I'm going to do on it. But let's get them out anyway and have a look and see if I can think of something to do on them. I'm going to put those to one side because they're not for this one, and maybe I'll decorate these first. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Does help. So I'll get those out of the way again, shall I? Why not, Jen? Now, let's see what I want to put on it. I'm just going to find some nice. I only want little bits on it because I don't want to cover up all of this because it is actually to do with art. So I'm going to pop something down the bottom here. I'm going to put a bit of, what colours have we got here? Mostly greens. Hold up. There we go. There we go, a bit of that. Yeah, I'm going to, I want to nip into that. I don't know. Have I got another one of these? I think I have. Let's just have a look at something else. Hold on. This is quite nice actually. I'll say that I wanted to use, oops, sorry, right in your face. I wanted to use that in, like, I'd like to have it opening out inside the journal somewhere, so I'm going to save that. And I rather like these pot plants, so maybe I'll keep hold of that bit for now and have a think on that. I think I've got another one, but I'm not certain. Now I could find a little quote to put on it perhaps. There's me looking at the bottom and it's at the top. Yeah, I don't know. That's another one, isn't it? Oh my life. Sort it out, June. Sort it out. Right, this one, isn't it? Yes, June. Concentrate. I'm going to cut this out. Actually, I'm cutting through just one sheet. And no doubt I'll do an almighty cock up on this video and have to delete the whole thing anyway, so here we go. Get my bigger scissors. I don't usually work ad hoc like this, but I just felt like putting the camera on. I thought, well, I'm here doing stuff anyway, I might just let you join me. So you don't think I sit around all day doing nothing. I do, but you know, just as long as you don't think it. I wonder if that's going to tear nicely for me. I could really do with more tea, but I can't see my partner bringing me out tea in the pouring rain. I should be so lucky. Right, let's have a look. Here we go again, sort it out. The wrong one again, is it wrong? Oh, help. Lord, why no? Yeah, that is the one there, that is the right way up, isn't it, like that? I am going completely round the bend, and I think it's the, I'm going to blame the dentist. Actually, I'm going to put that on there because I like that on there. Don't ask me why, I just do. I had a bit of a shock the other day. Was it Sunday? I took my little dog Poppy out for a walk, and we went up to the Abbey. We've got up the road, and they've got some quite nice gardens around it. It's all walled in. There's obviously old gravestones and the Abbey itself, and she never leaves my side. She's always glued to me. She was I've had her about 4 years. She was nearly 5 when I got her. Yeah, because she's 9 this year. She's 9 in September. But previously, she was... Oh God, I'm getting the right mess with this, aren't I? She was a kennel dog. A female, you know, a breeding dog. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, she was very, very well looked after. Fully inoculated, in beautiful condition. But I think she was just getting a bit old to breed anymore, because I think she was 4.5, coming up for 5. And also she'd always been intimidated by the other dogs. She was very nervous. So the lady said she needs to be in a home where she's, you know, an only dog, where there's no other dogs around to bully her, so to speak. So I thought it's ideal, so we took her in. But anyway, as usual, I'm digressing. And so I was just looking for some little tacky bits. Yeah, that's what I want. And so anyway, as I say, the only thing was she hadn't been walked, and she'd never been out of the kennels, so the kennels was the only life she knew. And so of course when I got her and started walking her, she was terrified of traffic, terrified of everything. But got her used to it, but as a consequence, she never normally leaves my side. Normally, I say, because on Sunday I was up the Abbey, and it's quite high up compared to where we live, and I was seeing if I could see our house from where I was standing. And I was literally, I think I had my head turned round for about 2 minutes. Turned back and she'd vanished. And I thought, oh my God, where has she gone? I panicked. There was nobody else. Nobody else. That's quite nice. Nobody else in the Abbey Gardens. Actually, I'm going to put that there, yeah. Nobody else in the Abbey Gardens. The entrance we'd come in by, which was like a big little iron gate, was way down the bottom, and I knew if you'd gone there, I'd still see her. That she wasn't down that way. And then the other way was the lich gate. It was the lich gate, and I thought, that's where she's gone. She must have done, unless she's gone round the back of the Abbey. I thought, well, I can look round there in a minute, because she can't come to any harm round there. But when you go down under the lich gate and out by the gatehouse, there's like a working men's club, and there's a road just beyond that that's pretty busy. And yeah, that's where she'd gone. I went down there and I saw a couple from the workmen's club trying to catch her, and I called out to them. I said, don't do that, because she'll run away even further. She won't let you get her. Well, they either didn't hear me, or just, you know, people just want to be helpful, don't they? And so yeah, lo and behold, she legged it down the nearest bank onto the next road. Now, I'm not young anymore, I can't run, but I found out I could still run that day. I was amazed at myself, but I didn't run, I jogged. It's the best I could do, actually. But yeah, by the time I got down the road, she'd disappeared from there. I was just walking up the road, and a lady pulled up in her car and asked me if I was looking for my dog, and I said yes. And she said, well, she's gone up there, the road up that I was walking on, and she's gone down the first left. So of course, by the time I got up there, she was gone from there, and she'd gone down this long road, which is sort of opposite the working men's club. And there's a couple of people came out and said, it's okay, somebody's got her, somebody's got her. When I looked down the road, some guy was coming up, a young guy and an older guy, and the young guy had her in his arms, and they said to me she nearly got run over twice, and this guy who grabbed her, she'd run in front of his car, and he grabbed her, because she has got no sense at all. She's never learned anything, and she doesn't know what roads are, how dangerous they are, and she's drawn to them. Wherever you go, if there's a road, she can get to it, she goes to it. And so I knew that I'd have problems and I'd have to find her quick. Anyway, he brought her up and he said that, you know, she'd run in front of his car, he'd managed to get her. So I'm just going to ink this, I'm going to have to put something along there. I've just noticed that because it's cracking open. But yeah, anyway, so I got her and I took her home, and I thought she was walking a bit strangely. And I got back, I noticed she couldn't put her leg down, her foot down, her back leg. I'll get there in a minute, just bear with. Her left-hand side back leg, if you're looking at her from the back. Because if you're looking at her from the front, it's the right-hand side back leg. I'm sorry I confuse things, don't I? But anyway, so she's been limping around for a few days. I didn't take her to the vets. I was going to take her to the vets, but I checked it all out, and it was fine. There were no breakages. It wasn't dislocated. They're quite nice. So I thought, well, by then it was sort of late evening, night time. So I said to my partner, well, I'll wait and I'll see how she goes. And I made sure she could go to the toilet properly over the next sort of... I stayed up all night with her, worrying as well and watching her. Because she was in shock, bless her, she was terrified. And couldn't walk, couldn't get up the stairs or anything, so I had to carry her everywhere. So I'm going to glue this in a minute, but it's what I need. So I... no. So yeah, I kept an eye on her all night, and the next morning, she was eating and she was drinking, thank goodness. And the next morning, well, she'd gone to the toilet that night and she was going again the next day, so I knew all that was fine, everything was working. I checked all her leg and everything out very carefully, and yeah, it was, as far as I'm concerned, it was just sprained. I think what had happened is, because she darted away so quick, I think he'd automatically grabbed her back leg, which he would do. Fair play to the guy. If he hadn't, then she could be dead, because she would have been run over. And yeah, so she basically, I think he managed to pull the muscle in her leg, and it's getting a lot better now. She's using it more each day and doesn't seem too bothered. At the end time, it seems to hurt her is if when I'm trying to see if everything's okay, if I press on it a bit too hard just to see if it's still swollen, she gets a bit yelpy about it. But apart from that, she's fine, absolutely fine. But I was terrified. I don't know who was in the most shock, her or me, to be honest with you. It was really, really frightening. I couldn't bear anything to happen to her, I really couldn't. She's adorable. She's given me a lot of freedom, and she's brilliant. I mean, I suffer with depression and God knows what. And also I've got a bit of a social phobia. I get very, very panicky going out on my own. It's not a new thing, I've been like it ever since I was a teenager, a child really. And I'm fine if I'm with my partner, I'm fine if I'm with my daughter, people I know really well, but I do like to have my daughter or my partner or somebody I know quite closely, one of my old friends or something, with me. But yeah, but other than that, I couldn't go out on my own. Not into the shops, no, not into the post box up the road. And since I've had her, I can go out if I've got her with me, which is an absolute revelation for me. And so for the last 4 or 5 years since I got her, for 4 years, I've been able to go out. I haven't got so depressed. It's like having a third person in the house, really. It's lovely. She's my constant companion. She's always by my side. So yeah, so it would absolutely destroy me if anything happened to her. So, but anyway, all's well that ends well, and she's okay. She's fine now. Excuse me, reaching over. And getting back to normal. But doesn't it frighten you when anything like that happens to animals? I'm real soft over it. Well, they're not animals to me. They're just another being to me that need treating with the same respect and love as anybody or anything else does. I'm a bit like that over plants as well. I'm a bit nutty, but a bit hippie myself, like me hippie boho thingies. But yeah, so that wasn't much fun. I don't think what else I've done. No. Usual stuff, housework. Daughter popped over today. We had, while she was here, I made a banana cake. And she loves banana cake. So I had an appointment at 2 o'clock. And we decided by, yeah, I don't want that like that. We decided by about, my appointment was 2 at the dentist, but by about 1:20, we decided we couldn't stand it anymore, that we were going to have some of the cake while it was still warm, because it smelled so good. So we had a chunk of cake each, and then she went off, and my partner took me up to the dentist, just about got there in time, and I had to have a filling done. I knew I was having a filling done. I'd cleaned my teeth very rapidly before I left, but he still managed to dig a bit of cake out. And I apologised. I'm so sorry. I said it was the banana cake. It was irresistible. I had to have some. I said I did clean my teeth before I come out, but just not very well. And he just laughed at me. He said, don't worry about it. But yeah, so there he was digging out banana cake before he could fill it. So I'm sure you really don't want to hear about it, do you? This is probably going to be all crooked. Sorry about that. The camera arm gets in the way out here. When I'm indoors, it's sort of attached to a shelf beside me, which is brilliant, but I don't know what's that say. So I'm reading this. I'm going to put this on instead. Don't breathe air, breathe life. Oh, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm going to put it across there. I must admit, these Paper Mania papers are lovely. I just wish they put a few more pages in them. I mean, there's enough, but, you know. I can't remember how many pages there are in these books. I think there's about 10 or 15 double-sided. But you're always left wanting for more, I find. No, I'll find a cover for you next time. This isn't it, no. I'll find a cover for you next time and have a look. But might only be 10 actually. And actually, I think there is only 10 pages in them. They're double-sided pages, but that makes it worse. I bought 2. Because I hate double-sided, because especially if they're nice ones like this, because I just don't know. Never know what side I want to use. Don't know what side I want to lose. Don't want to lose any of them. So, that's a bit crooked at the top. Kill sprays. So yeah, so this time I decided to buy 2. Wasn't a bad idea. Now I'm making 2 journals. And so I've still got the problem of which side do I use. That's why they're not going to be identical journals. Otherwise I'd have to buy 4. Ridiculous. It's FOMO, isn't it? Fear of missing out. If I use that side, I won't miss out on being able to use that side. And just so I use that side, I'll come across something that I could have used the other side on. And so you can't win. So it was either, as I say, I was going to do just 1 journal, you see. But no. So now it's stick with the 2, add other stuff to it, or buy 4. And I'm not buying 4. I am not buying for. Tempting though it is now I think about it, but no, I'm not. No, really am not going to buy for. I don't know who I'm trying to convince, but I'm not buying for. But so they are lovely. I like most of the Paper Mania stacks, paper stacks that come out. And the Graphic 45 as well, I use them quite a lot because they're beautiful. I do sometimes use digitals, and I've got quite a lot that I've bought of other people, but at the moment my printer is not playing. Well, it is, it works perfectly, it's just that no matter how much I clean the heads on it, I can't get the blue paint, here I go. The blue ink, which is a cyan, isn't it? I can't get it to come through. I've cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it. I've got through 2 packs of ink cartridges and God knows how much paper cleaning those heads, and it still makes no difference to. I still cannot get the blue. Well, it trickled through a tiny bit, but that's about it. So I've decided I've got to take it to one of the local, what are they called around? We've got PC World, which is inside Curry's, that's here in the UK. And so I'm going to go up there and ask them if they clean heads on printers, and if they do, I'm going to get it done, because I do like some of the digitals. Some of them are lovely and they are very handy. I do like to try and use other stuff as well a lot, because I find it more interesting. I don't like everything just laid out in a kit as such. I get bored. I get very bored very easily. So yeah. Now that's looking a bit bare now, isn't it? But I don't know. I might come across something else I want to put on it, so I'm going to leave that one as it is for now. And see if I can do something with this one. I think. No, none of the writing's upside down on that one anyway, so that's not too bad. This one, I believe. No. Well, I did well. I thought I'd got the writing upside down, either on the insides or the outsides, but I haven't. So that's good. Now, what can I put on this one? I think I'll start off actually with washi tape on it, but I think I'll put a different washi tape on it. I've got a lovely big box of them that I discovered indoors the other day, but of course I haven't brought them out. No, that would be far too easy, wouldn't it, eh? Far too easy, for me anyway. So let's have a look. No, I don't know about pot plants. The other ones I've got here are too wide. How about some pink? Similar to that one, isn't it? But yeah, how about some pink? Can't find the end of it. But yeah, how are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. We're pretty good here. I'm just seeing how long I've been rambling. So I don't want to completely bore the pants off you. And I can't see the clock properly because my eyesight's crap. So there you go. Never mind. I won't keep you too long. I just thought I'd pop in and let you join me because I'm sitting here. I was listening to the rain, but it's stopped now. So I may well have to do this one. Oh, the birds are out. The birds are out. So it must be quite nice out there. It is nice. I've got the doors wide open. I know it's nice. God, I don't know. I despair of myself. I really do. Also, my partner couldn't find the butter the other day. And where's the butter gone? It should be in the fridge. I said, it is. It must be in the fridge. I said, I'll put it in the fridge. He said, it's not in here. I said, it's probably hiding behind something. You know how things hide in the fridge. They've actually opened it all there, run and hide. Anyway, they do in mine. But I had a look, wasn't in the fridge. Oh, God. And it was one of those days, as usual, got about a billion things on my mind what I want to do, and that usually to do with art and stuff, but there you go. Or the garden, certainly not housework, or cooking, he does that. Apart from the cakes and pastries and puddings, I do all those. But anyway, I'm digressing again. yeah, so I had to think back, and I thought, now, what was I using it for? I thought I made myself a sandwich. And that was it. I said to him, have you looked in the bread bin? They said, no, it wouldn't be in it. I said, well, look in the bread bin. And of course, there it was, sitting in the bread bin. Strangely, the loaf wasn't in the fridge. Now, normally I do that the other way round. I used to have years and years ago when I was bringing up my children on my own. Didn't have a freezer. I had a fridge which had an ice box. And next to the ice box, it's a really old fridge, next to the ice box was a drawer that you pulled out and put meat in. And things that you want to just keep chilled. And I've been shopping, and I've come back from the shop, and I was doing a bit of gardening afterwards. I brought some sausages, put them away. Doing some gardening, I was tying up some peas that I'd grown in the garden, because I've always loved gardening. And so I just came back in, I put the twine and the scissors on the side, because I didn't have a shed or anything, so I just used to have a drawer in the kitchen that I used to keep my gardening bits and pieces in. And I think you probably know what I'm going to say. I went to cook tea for the children when I came home from school, and I lost the flipping, that's nice, isn't it? I'd lost the sausages, couldn't find them. Went in, looked in the fridge, no, not in the chiller drawer thing. Not in the freezer, in the ice box that was in there. No, we were in the fridge. Of course, you know where I found them. I looked in the drawer where I kept the gardening stuff, and I'd put them away in the drawer. And I'd taken the twine out and the scissors. So that was that. Honestly, dippy, and it definitely wasn't aged then, because I was only in my 20s. Was I in my 20s? Yes, I was. I was only about, that's 25. Yeah, 25. And yeah, so it was just, it must be, my mum used to do silly things like that. I think it's just a family trait. But yeah, there they were in the drawer. So we did get sausages too. The kids did get fed that night. But I'm so stupid. The birds are singing. Mrs. Pigeon's still sitting on her nest, bless her. I think she must have some eggs, because I don't think she's moved off that desk. God, please excuse me, I'm totally shot away today. I don't think she's moved off that nest for several days now, so I'm pretty sure she's got some eggs in there that she's incubating. The male comes back every so often, either with extra bits for the nest, which I'm not surprised because it keeps falling out, bits fall out down on the ground. But she doesn't seem to mind, she's pretty easy going, obviously. I'd be complaining. What kind of nest do you call this? It's a load of rubbish. Just a bunch of sticks. How do you expect me to have children here? Not good enough, but anyway, she's good as gold. She's sitting on the nest. If so often he comes over and brings her food and fusses her a bit, then goes off. I should imagine he comes and roosts with her at night, because she's on like well, 2/3 of the way along a branch, but she's still under the shelter. It's one of those fir trees, but it's one of those ones that drapes down. All the big leaves, which are quite thick and wide, they all drape down, and so she's got like this lovely green roof over her, and the water runs off the top layer and drips off the bottom bits that are hanging over. So it's like it is like a proper little roof for her. And it stays pretty dry under the tree, so I should imagine she stays pretty dry too. So she's quite cosy up there, but I think he probably comes and roosts next to her at night. And yeah, they're quite sweet. And my blackbird hasn't been out there yet this evening. I don't know what the time is. Oh, it could be coming up for blackbird time, I don't know. You can hear the other birds, they've come out because it stopped raining. What am I doing? I have no idea. What do I want to put now? I quite like that. If I want something, I might put something along the top there. What have I got? Anything in here? No. Not quite cut it, does it? The blue one's quite nice with that, actually. I think I might take that one off. Where's my fabric cover? Tidied my desk up now, I can't find anything. So I think I'm going to ink it just a little bit. It's not going to be brand new or clean, is it, if it's hippie boho? Well, I'm not saying they're not clean. I'm just saying it's going to be a bit tatty. It's probably been second hand. What am I on about? They wouldn't have bought this. They wouldn't have bought that, would they? That's not going to be second hand. Now I've probably inked the wrong side. Oh, my life. Yep. Inked the wrong side. A little bit more. But yeah, you know what I mean. It'd be a... can't explain it without being insulting. It would look old. Old and well loved. That's it. Old and well loved. So it wouldn't be brand spankers. So it wouldn't be all sparkly new and clean. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh my God, I bet you're bored stiff if you're still here. I'm bored stiff listening to myself. Yeah. So I think this little flower will sit quite nicely on it. And even if it won't, it's going to now. Very tempted to put it over. No, don't. No, don't. Where should we go? Up here? Here? Yeah, that actually, I think that balances. So you've got that, and then, yeah, that's where it's going. That is where it's going. That's quite nice there. I'll do the inside of the other one. I put one bit in the inside, didn't I? I'm going to put something on the back. I like those again, so I'm going to keep those. I don't know what I've got on there. I hate to think. Now, so there's anything else on here? That's rather nice. Possibly squeeze that on there. And I'm gonna tear it that way, don't I? To get the rough edge on the other side. Well, it's all a rough edge, but you know, to get the torn edge hidden. I'm gonna have to tear a bit off this, and I am, but let's get started. I just rather like this little quote and the paintbrush. And I think the green will go quite nicely as well. I'm not taking anything too special off the other side. It's off when you keep looking at the other side and thinking, oh, don't lose that, don't lose that. I've probably torn that wrong. That's torn it, as I say. That's right. Now. She would help me. Should I be conventional and stick it straight across there, or should I hide that materials word? It's inside as well, that doesn't matter, I'll cover that up later. Just feel as though it should be a bit... No, I either lose the heart or the paintbrush. And if I lose the heart, I'm going to lose part of the quote. So sorry, the paintbrush. Sorry, paintbrush, you're going to have to go on something else. I won't tell you too much so you can be used. I might put you inside, actually. So I'm going to try and tear a squidgy bit. I should have just roughed it up with the scissors. Actually, I'm going to tear this bit. I don't want to lose that create word, you see. I'm going to rough that bit up with the scissors so it looks totally different to the rest of those. Told you I'd cook it up, didn't I? Oh, excuse me. So, well, it's true. Yeah. Get some ink out. I don't like that. God, I can't stand corners. And I know there's still a corner there. It could drive you mad. Couldn't I drive myself? I can't drive myself mad. I'm already mad. But anyway, there we go. It will go. It will go. It's a junk journal, Joan. Yep. If there is feeling, there is art. So there's a heart. And I think that sounds quite nice. And I better put sorry. There goes the typical blooming London accent again, isn't it? Crying out loud. Put the top on my Fabri-Tac before it goes completely dried out. And I'll need it. Do you know, it's like glue, doing it all wiggly now, so you don't see how wiggly my hands are. Where there's a will. Right. I think just a little bit skew whiff, as you'd say. Oh, God. Glue all over me now. That'll do, like. Actually, I don't mind it smudged in it, it's quite nice. Gotta start this out now, haven't I? No, June, stop it. Stop it. Alright, now I don't want to cover up much of the inside because I quite like that. Because I'm going to have to make tags. So if I hadn't glued the pockets down, which would be normally what I'd do. Make tags to go in it, but that won't do. I hope you're not getting a reflection off that too much. It's the light. The light's not very good outside, and my light in here isn't that good either. I need to get a new lamp for in here. I've got a nice daylight lamp over my desk in my craft room, but I haven't got a daylight lamp as such. I've got a craft lamp, but it's not a nice daylight one, so maybe the little paintbrush can go in here somewhere. Hide that bit of materials, perhaps. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, you can go there. Gotta rough him up a bit, haven't I? Can't really see it's a paintbrush now because it's I've torn the bristles off. But never mind. I know it's a paintbrush. Anybody who does art will look at it. If they look at it closely enough, they can be bothered. They'll see it's a paintbrush. So that's fine, it's a paintbrush. Oh, I'm totally mad though. I reckon it is the dentist stuff they inject into. I can't remember what it's called. But it always makes me a bit weird. Oh, look at the pigeons cooing, birds chirping, and this plane going over. There's a car going down the main road a bit further up from us. It's all happening here, you know, all happening. That's it. It doesn't look much actually, but there's something on there till I decide what else to do with it. No, can I find something else just to put on next to it? Looks a bit lost. Oh, I should perhaps a bit of, no, writing down now. Don't want text everywhere, do we? No. Now, what can I put on there? I want to bring some out with me. I've forgotten about these. A new box of washi tape. They look nice. I've forgotten I brought these out. I knew they were in there. I've got a big box of washi tape in there that I came across, but yeah, perhaps I can find something in here that will go, just go next to it, just sort of, I don't know where, just somewhere on there. So these are all countrified, which is okay because it's got flowers on it. It is boho. So I suppose we can have something countrified, little creatures or something. I've got bugs on here. That's too wide. It's gorgeous. Too wide. I do like the dragonfly. He's lovely. I don't know if I can get him to fit on there or not. I can tear him off. And oh no, he'd go nice with that colour of that, wouldn't he? And up here. I think I'm going to try and fit him on, even if he has to go with the paintbrush a little bit. So I'm going to try and find it. I'll probably lose half my washi tape trying to get to that one bit. Yeah. Well, I won't lose it because I will stick it. I will stick it somewhere on the desk or nearby, and use it later. Unless, no, then I'll cut off part of the corner, won't I? Look, he's really nice. I think I'm going to tear it off somewhere down here. I can't remember where I got this washi tape from. It would have been Amazon. I know it would have been Amazon. I think I just put in, I don't know, nature or something. Nature themed washi tape. Oh look, oh, there's a little quote. Oh, John Keats, the poet. Here is no one beside thee, and no one above thee, thou standest alone. Where's a full stop, but I know it ends with alone. So there, that, don't know whether it was meant to be here or there actually. No, neither here. Actually it is, isn't it? It's there, because the dragonfly is the T. There is no one beside thee, and no one above thee, thou standest, and it's got AL dot, which I think is short for alone. That is really nice. I like that. I'm glad I stopped to read it now, because that's going on there. Amazing what you can find on washi tape, isn't it? Give a bit of ink. I'm going to have to take a bit off, I think, aren't I? I don't want to cover the brush up completely, but I do want the whole of the dragonfly and the, whoops, he's stuck. That's why I got these out of the way. I'm so terrible. I clutter things up and then I got nowhere to move, and I do things wrong because I'm not thinking. Because I'm daft. Yeah, just about there. I'm just going to take this corner off. That should do it. Oh, oh no, not a point. Not a point, not a point. I don't like points. I'd rather have a corner than a point. Just, let's see. Can't stand it. Oh, it's seriously, I can't. It's, I don't know what it is. It's one of them funny little things. Excuse me a minute. Okay, just coming. That's Poppy barking. It's not my partner's just called me in for dinner. So I'm going to put this piece on, see how it looks, and I'll call it a video and see you in the next one. I'm going to put a bit of glue on that. Hopefully he heard me, otherwise he'll call out again and she'll bark again and all that jazz. I'm making right old pigs here, this, aren't I? For goodness sake, you ever let me loose with glue and paper and, oh look, I've got a bit of stuff on it now. I don't even know what that is. But it's stuck on there now, so it's going to have to stay. It's only a piece of paper, it's nothing nasty. No, seriously, it's just a piece of paper or a bit of dry glue or something that's got stuck on there, and if I try and get it off, then I'll have him yelling out the door again because my dinner's ready and getting cold, and oh, dearie me. I'm hopeless, absolutely hopeless. I've discovered that. Late in life, but I've discovered it. Yeah. Now, I don't know about you, but I do think that is rather lovely. And look, see what I mean by the colours? They go. They put something else just up here with that sort of mauvey greying. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. I'm so pleased I found that now. And that's lovely. Right. It's started anyway, not finished. And when did I ever finish anything? No, I do. I'm trying to finish things. I really am. So, anyway, we've decorated them. Well, partially decorated them anyway. Finished gluing them together. Decorated them. Put some... I do love that dragonfly. And this one. Enjoy art. Art has a lot to share. That's totally true, isn't it? And don't breathe air, breathe life. Well, that says it all. So what I've got to say to you guys this evening, don't breathe air, breathe life. Art has a lot to share. Enjoy art. Ah, look at me, quoting away here like mad. Anyway, I'm off now. I'm going to go and have my dinner before I get yelled at by his lordship. And thank you very much for joining me. It's been lovely having you here, keeping me company. It's just nice to have someone to talk to sometimes when you're working. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you've enjoyed the video, such as it is, please leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up, please. And subscribe, which would be wonderful. And yeah, I'll see you hopefully very soon in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.